Bat Force Radio.
Bat Force Radio is rated M for mature, or should that be immature?
Hey guys, Dustin Nguyen.
Hey, this is Scott Snyder.
This is Paul Dini.
And you're listening to Bat Force Radio.
And you're listening to Bat Force Radio.
You're listening to Bat Force Radio.
This is Kevin Conroy, the voice of Batman, and you're listening to Bat Force Radio, so stay tuned.
Bat Force Radio, the DC Batman podcast with no limits. We got a ton of stuff to talk about tonight. We are going to jump into a little New York Comic Con recap as some of our guys were over there. Was that this past weekend? And then we are going to get into a bunch of the fandom, and there was a bunch of stuff that dropped, so we're gonna get straight into that. So let's go around the round table. We got Gramps in Texas.
Howdy.
We got Teases in Jersey.
Believe.
We got Louis' agent in New York.
Shout out to Louis.
We got Legends of Lego Batman in California.
Go Dodgers.
We got Dunk in New York.
What up?
We got the Grumpler also from New York.
Yo.
I've got Robin D. Cross in Canada.
Evening.
Back for Tom in California. So before we get into, there was news on Black Adam. There was a couple of teasers for Shazam, Aquaman 2. They had a teaser for The Flash. They had a full trailer for the Batman. Before we get into all that stuff, we're going to talk about a little bit of New York. I think it was like one of the biggest cons that returned. I know there's been cons already coming back, but I feel like this is the one that the biggest one, obviously in New York. Biggest one probably on the East Coast, and some of the bigger names were starting to come back to this con. So why don't Teases and Dunk take us through what it was like finally going back to a convention, finally going back to New York Comic Con. What did you do? Who did you see? How'd it go?
It was definitely different. The mechanics of it, there was a whole pre-screening, so a lot of people really felt safe. To our surprise, once we got there, everyone still had to wear a mask, which we were completely cool with. The capacity on Friday when we went was about a third, and Saturday they had said it was 50%, but it still felt pretty light. Right, Dave? Yeah. And then we spent most of our time in Artist Alley, and we're kind of noticing a lot of things, especially on the ground floor where we usually start. You have a big presence of usually DC in that left wing, and that was completely empty. So that was kind of like, not eerie, but it was just definitely different. Marvel didn't have a presence. Coming from New York, Midtown Comics wasn't there, so these big staples that we usually tend to go to right in the beginning to meet artists that are kind of a little harder to find, they just weren't there. So that left the whole top floor for smaller retailers and also a couple of artists, independent artists, to kind of take that floor. So things were a lot more spread out, but it did give us an opportunity to see some new, different things outside of the norm. But it definitely wasn't the staple. And I think obviously DC wasn't there for other reasons, which we'll talk about later. But I think this could be a shift. I think Comic-Con might be going back to its roots of being more about comics and cosplay and just a fan experience as opposed to reveals. San Diego is usually good for that, but New York Comic-Con they kind of take the second stride at that. But this year it was in reverse, since San Diego is going to be around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that's going to be weird. For me, for New York City Comic Con, it was weird just not having those major vendors when you talk about, when you look at, most people want to go see what's in DC booth, what costumes or whatever they're going to have there. What are they giving out for free? How are they going to sell me? How are they going to sell me this credit card I need to get now? There was no Marvel. There was no Funko, which is crazy. No Mezco. It was just random vendors and other comic companies that like were releasing some exclusives that you didn't even know about to the day of. It felt different, but I enjoyed it. I liked the fact that there was less people there. I like the fact that it was really opened up because you don't have those massive lines holding everything up and like just getting in your way or you're trying to go from one place to other. Artist Alley extended. It was huge. It looks like they took over some of the panel rooms and just extended it. So like Comic Sketch Art had a huge corner as they normally do. They always have like the back end wall, but they had this huge corner and it kind of wrapped around. It felt more intimate. You had a chance to actually talk to the artists and see them instead of like being rushed. Like sign your book, get the fuck out of the table. Next, no, you can actually sit down and have a conversation. And Teases and I took advantage of that as much as we can because most of the guys that we met up with there, they're friends, they're fans of the show. They've been on the show, and I felt like that was that we had to take advantage of that because once New York Comic Con goes back to full force, we're going to lose all that. And it was a perfect time for us to build these relationships.
Was Image Comics there?
No.
Damn.
How about Dark Horse?
Dark Horse? I don't remember seeing them.
Possibly.
So, like the three major comics publishers and the top retailer weren't there. Wow.
Shit.
Yeah,
it was different.
Pretty crazy. Who did you guys see? Like what notable names did you guys have an opportunity to chat with?
Well, my first stop, everyone knows. I'm going to just start off with the story that Katana Collins posted that she wanted Magnolia cupcakes. And she was like, if someone brings them, we'll take care of you. I'm like, sweet. All right. So I was like, my full story was I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I live in Albany. So at 4:30, I was in my car. I got to Jersey about like 6:45. I was in New York at like 7:15. And then I had to pick up a ticket from someone. Then I ran over to Penn Station. Yeah. Went to Magnolia's, got 2 cupcakes because, Murphy's gonna jump in and snag one. And first person I saw online was, of course, Katana Collins and Sean Murphy. I brought over those cupcakes for them, and they hooked it up. Nice. I got like 8 prints. I got a sketch. Katana did a sketch for me. They signed about like 9 books.
Wow.
And just took care of me. After that, I went over to Claremont. Man, that man talks. That dude was going in. But the first person in line had like a short box of books. You got to be really patient with those people. But I get it. Whatever.
Those dudes don't give a fuck. They'll make you wait. They don't fucking care.
Yo, they do counted 50 books, and most of the signatures went up to like $10 a pop.
Fuck.
Damn.
Murphy stayed true to his rules. It's always like the first 5 is free, then everything's $5 afterwards. But everyone else went up to $10.
And he went down. It used to be the first 10 free.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, we got a lot of free cigs anyway, right, Tease?
Yeah.
We're good.
But yeah, luckily for us, the timing was right, and we just got the stack taken care of.
Sorry, you got friend prices. Sorry.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's new term friend prices where you can claim it, but you don't have to post how much. Yeah, it was definitely different. A lot of DC representation for artists. There was really close to none outside of the typical comic book sketch art corner. I went to go see Klaus for a little bit. We got to talk. But again, it was like Dave said, it was a cool opportunity to really talk to your favorite artist for like 10 minutes. Tony Daniel was there. I spoke to him for like a few minutes.
Why?
Because Dave wanted me to get something signed, and I got 2 things signed. But yeah, he's he was in that $10 range, so I wasn't really hanging out too long.
That's a bit much for Tony Daniel, but it's that pandemic and everything. So
Yeah.
And
Was Tim Sale there?
No, we saw
he
Tim
wasn't.
when we went to Connecticut for Terrificon, and he told us in July that it wasn't happening.
Yeah.
That whole team, even Lee Weeks, he wasn't going. So the only team member from that group was pretty much Klaus.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them were going to Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's kind of like backpedaling for a second. Maybe they felt really comfortable, but Scott and Greg were there. They showed us some love.
I saw that they interviewed both you guys.
Gotham Geek Girl was there, and we were part of the production crew.
You guys broke down tables, set up lights.
Yeah.
Bought a couple of blues,
right?
She is. I forgot about that. Yeah,
right. Yeah, she's cat
newly
force.
indoctrinated.
Yeah. But yeah,
you guys saw the pictures. I was the camera guy. We got a couple of pictures with Scott and Greg.
That was cool.
Greg was pretty funny, trying to get my height.
Awesome.
On his tippy toes.
Thank you guys for everything that you do.
Yeah, man.
We couldn't do this without you two. So thank you both.
Scott Snyder was promoting this Comicsology Amazon.
We got Demons. What's it called?
Demons, yeah.
We
So
are Demons or something
that's
like
his.
that.
Greg, I guess, the owner of it, or Scott owns it, but they were promoting that really hard, and it was like an event. It was really insane. The fact that he just knows how to kind of climb the charts and push the Snyder brand, and it's working with these adaptations. But at the end of the day, he showed us a lot of love. He was really great. What was cool about that is usually you have to wait for Scott and Greg for like an hour and a half.
Mm-hmm.
If you're there on time, maybe 25 minutes.
Yeah.
It was pretty orderly. So
They're on point.
Yeah, it was kind of. I have to say the fact that there was no urgency or stress made it really enjoyable. The fact that me and Dave kind of just we were able to take our time was really something different. So I wouldn't mind more of those. I didn't feel like I really lost anything. I really had the whole day to kind of just cruise. Typically you're waiting for 2 artists, 3 artists. That's already 3 or 4 hours out of your day. You're almost done. You're exhausted.
Yeah.
But it was a good opportunity to really get intimate and kind of just, like Dave said, maybe you have an opportunity that you wouldn't get beforehand. Maybe get a sketch or, more book sign.
Oh shit!
If that's your thing.
Was it still at the Javits Center? Javits? I don't know how they say it.
The Javits, yeah.
Yeah, they still kept up, took up over all the space. So you had if you want to take your professional photos with like John Cena or whatever, still same section. All the artist alley, still same section, and then the vendor
waste money with John Cena. Can't see him. So
there was they had like plexiglass before, between people taking pictures, so it wasn't like you weren't as close. I saw pictures. I never went down there. What happened?
What was that?
You take a picture and the plexiglass is in the picture?
It's like a divider.
It's like a divider, so it's like it's super thin. I've seen them post that on Instagram. You can barely tell. You can edit that out too.
Yeah. So all the proper precautions people took. On the way in, there was like a separate section where you had to verify that you had your vaccination pass. That took maybe 30 seconds. They asked for your ID. They get the vaccination pass. They give you a wristband, and then you just go inside without an issue. That wasn't that crazy at all.
You pretty much keep it on all weekend.
Yeah, shower with it.
I heard TZ saw some shady shit with that.
Yeah, I did actually.
No way.
But that's for another show. No, just kidding. I saw one of the employees give someone £1 and sneak a wristband to someone.
Oh. Yeah.
But you know what? I was telling Dave too, I was like, there's always going to be someone that is never going to do it legally, you just got to protect yourself and those around you. And
that's all you could do.
Yeah, that's it.
There's also I lucked out because, of course, as a fan of the cosplay community, there was like a bunch of people I haven't seen in a while, so I touched base with them, got a lot of good pictures, scheduled a couple of things for the Everything Batman podcast. There's a plug, and just met a couple of people that I've always, people that I've had on the podcast, and then people that I haven't had on, and it was just cool, man. Just hang out. And again, like, it wasn't as packed, so everyone had time for each other. It wasn't like rushing from one thing to another. This is the most fun I've had at a Comic-Con.
Sure.
And for it to be this big and just have like not having to rush anywhere or like, and part of that's like, like I said, I think, you don't have a Funko crowd. You don't have like the Mezco crowd. You just had comic book people.
You didn't have that group that's looking to make that quick flip and trying to get that first item in the first 20 minutes.
There was some exclusives though, like for the Mint comics. Man, I was looking for there was a Dr. Dre variant cover for Department of Truth, and I was like, all right, let me walk around and find this. And I saw this line, man. It was the longest line I've seen, and I was just like, all right, I'm not fucking standing in this shit to get this damn comic. I touched base with the artist and I spoke to him for a bit. He's like, that was like the number one comic to get there. It was only selling for $30. I go on eBay now. One just sold for $250, and I'm like, these motherfuckers. I really wanted that book though, just to have it because it was pretty dope. So that was like the only main thing people were looking for, really, like just those exclusive comic book covers. Because we all know you pay $30 and you could flip it real quick.
Yeah.
So there was still some of that, but not at the scale of, the Funko line being half the Javits Center, and like stuff like that. So it just felt good that it was limited.
Nice.
We actually saw Blake Northcott was in the streets on Friday, so we got to spend some time with her. She
missed Friday. She came Saturday.
I'm sorry, Saturday.
Yeah.
So one day to me in my head, but yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. She came over and was excited to meet us. Hung out for a bit. She was hanging out with Ming, and I didn't see him though. I was like, hey, Blake, cool. Hung out for a bit. Right, that was right after we handled the camera production for Scott and Greg.
Nice. Did you guys? Was Temple Smith there?
He was.
Really?
Yeah, he moved. Well, I think he's always been West Coast, but he recently moved down to San Diego. So he flew all the way out there.
I'd be interested to see how, upcoming Legends and I were going to be at Baltimore Comic-Con. I'm interested to see how that's going to be compared to New York City this year.
Probably even smaller.
I know Legends. He's been to Baltimore before, so he has a different way of gauging it. It's going to be my first time, but
I mean, it was chill though. It was chill when I went 2 years ago, so I'm sure it's going to be even more chill this year.
Yeah,
especially with all the cancellations.
I might check out Emerald City this year.
I'm debating on that one.
That one's even probably smaller out of all of them. But
Emerald City is usually a pretty big convention.
I don't know, not this year.
Yeah, maybe not this
Judging by what they're saying. I don't even know. Mondo usually shows up to that one, which is nice because you don't have to fight. And it's pretty easy. I've had people go to that con and grab Mondo prints, just walk up to the booth. There's no line.
Shit.
Yeah, and C2E2's after that, the week after that. They're just hitting us. They're hitting us with cons back to back to back because San Diego's Thanksgiving, right? Then you have Emerald City, which is the first week of December, and then you have C2E2, which is the second week of December. Just
holy, what the fuck? Oh shit!
It's con season, man.
Wow, they pushed con season to the winter. Crazy.
Ain't nobody getting Christmas presents.
All right. All in all, it was a nice, pleasant experience. It sounds like.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I felt like I was telling Dave too. I was like, I felt like we got most of everything done Friday, and then Saturday was just a victory lap. We just got to chill, just enjoy it, you know.
Oh yeah.
What flavor of cupcakes did you get?
I have to go vanilla.
Oh, okay.
That was safe.
That place makes a good cake.
Yeah, they do. I was like, all right, I guess I got a couple of things myself. I had about 3 cupcakes before I went in to
Man,
New
so
York City.
you,
Christ.
man, you are a
I'd be foaming at the mouth, man.
Dunk went in.
dude. Dunk puts more miles, not only in the aisles, but on the streets,
In the sheets.
in the sheets too, man. I mean, he
The treats.
On the Altima, miles everywhere, man.
that Dunk mobile must have been cruising down that highway.
When Dunk takes a step, that's like 5 of my steps. So I keep telling him to fucking slow down.
I am slow.
Yeah, that's true.
Dunk, I know what. Oh, Dunk, I got an idea for you to cosplay at Baltimore because it's it's kind of around Halloween and Legends. You can go in on it too. You know those at the fair, those things that you hit the hammer and it goes up to the top. Dunk can be the pole with the thing, and Legends just be the salesman with the hammer.
That's like the feat of strength. Test your feat
the feat of strength. Yeah, the dunk of strength. You should do that.
The dunk of strength.
I'll probably do like one of these years. I'll probably just do like Michael Myers. Can't run away from me. I just catch up to you every fucking time.
I still say that you'd make an awesome Batman Who Laughs or Nightmare Batman because of the height.
I think Mr. Bloom. You'd probably be awesome. Mr.
Or Bane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe next year. We'll see, guys. We'll see.
We'll definitely see Nightmare Dunk.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. I think that's a good place to transition over to our second main event, double main event card this evening. And DC Fandome was, what was it, October the 16th, Saturday. I didn't realize how much they were going to shove down our throats, man. DC and Warner Brothers did a fantastic job pulling the wool over everybody's eyes and not showing us a schedule of panels or anything like that. So they made you sit through all the stuff that you might not be interested in, which movie, TV, video games, kids stuff is just like a lot of stuff. And it ended a lot earlier this year than it did last year. I don't know if they started it earlier, but that was nice. We got to miss traffic. We got home early on time.
Nice.
It was only 4 hours.
Yeah, it started 10 a.m. and then ended our time 1 and then East Coast time 4.
Yeah.
But I was surprised that right out the gate they went and showed us Black Adam. I keep saying Shazam. It's not Shazam. I keep saying Shazam. It's Black Adam.
You can call it Shazam. I'm just happy that they didn't go through with this rumor that we always heard that it was going to be called Shazam.
That's fucking great.
That was a travesty.
So the thing about this was it was like less than a minute. Was it even 30 seconds?
And no, it was pretty short, but it did what it needed to do. I didn't know what the tone of this movie was going to be, but it looks, I think myself anyway, I sort of assume that a lot of stuff that The Rock does is going to be family friendly.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know what tone to expect from this, but this little glimpse that we got looks a lot darker than I would have expected.
Good point. Yeah, because the Hercules movie that he made, I remember I was excited about that because, oh, dude, it looks like gritty. It looks like Troy, or it looks like, it looks like Gladiator, right? Hercules, but like Gladiator, And then I saw it, and it was The Scorpion King, where it had like hokey music, and it had like funny, upbeat, like jokey parts. And it's like, man, they presented this as completely different than what it is. So this seems like that was my worry is, The Rock, like you said, family friendly. It's going to put asses in seats regardless. I mean, this could be a shit movie. So many people are going to go watch it just because of The Rock.
Oh, for sure.
But this little snippet, I mean, it made a very specific statement saying that, like, right off the gate, this guy doesn't fucking ask questions. He like kills first and then asks questions later.
I cannot wait. I mean, I've always wanted to see like a comic version of Hawkman and Black Adam. And now they're doing it in one movie.
Yeah. And then there's also Cyclone, Atom Smasher, Dr. Fate.
Yes, Dr. Fate.
So he's kind of like, from what it looks like, he's kind of like the anti-hero. It looks like the Justice Society are the good guys, and he's like supposedly the bad guy from what it looks like. Yeah?
Yeah, like maybe, I don't know, this looks like sort of he's being discovered. And, maybe he was being hunted by this whatever army team, whatever they are, that shows up and gets slaughtered. So, yeah, I don't know what the hell the story of the movie is going to be. If the information is out there, I just haven't seen it. But yeah, I have no idea what the premise is for this one.
Now in the comics, he's kind of like the anti-hero protector of whatever his nation is. He's not really a bad guy, but he's not somebody you want to go in and mess with. And that's probably what the premise will be, is, he feels threatened by the Justice Society and he's going to wreak havoc.
Yeah. What do you guys think of The Rock as the character? Convincing?
It was a good casting choice for sure. I mean,
are you able to
the part out of the box? So
yeah. Are you guys able to see Black Adam and not The Rock?
Yeah, for sure I can get past it being The Rock, because he happens to look exactly like Black Adam.
That's true.
So it couldn't be easier. This isn't like, people not getting past Robert Pattinson as Batman. Like, okay, I can understand if he isn't what you pictured Bruce Wayne to look like, but Dwayne Johnson looks like Black Adam.
Definitely didn't see, like, once I see him without I'm used to Black Adam with, like without the hood and stuff and the cape. I don't think he normally has a cape sometimes. So once I see, all that, then I'll, be able to make a better judgment.
You think they'll give him the ears?
I doubt it. That's okay though.
Yeah, there's been leaked images of like behind the scenes on set images, and he doesn't have any hair. I didn't see the ears. It's just him in that suit. The suit looks pretty sick. It looks like a weathered, battle damaged Shazam. The way it looks in the comics, but a little like opposite, darker, grittier kind of like textured suit. So that looks cool.
There's a couple of different suits, isn't there? I know I saw something like a bunch of suits hanging, I guess on the set or whatever.
Oh yeah, that's the one. Well, I saw that, and then there's another one where he's like actually wearing it.
I didn't see that. Okay.
Should have probably downloaded it and put it up for this, but what are you gonna do? But yeah, no, it looks. It's only 30 seconds, right? They barely showed anything.
Yeah, it's quick.
But it looks solid. I'm looking forward to seeing more.
Yeah.
Release day.
I think it was an interesting choice to have the Black Adam, solo movie first.
Yeah.
Because it's not a sequel to Shazam, Shazam 2, which we'll get to. It's coming out with its sequel. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, but the plan is at some point to have like a shared movie together. I mean, that would only make sense.
Yeah, I think so. And that said, I would imagine the next, whatever they do next, would be together.
Yeah, I think what's smart is that they can kind of play with. I mean, he's such a big name and such a draw that they can make him, if they want, they can make him the villain pretty much in any DC film, and you can kind of use that as your guarantee that people are going to go watch it. Because even like, I'll be honest, like I like The Rock as a person, as a personality. I don't think I've like actually loved any of the last movies he's made. But
like Jumanji?
I don't even think which
one. Awesome.
The first or the second one?
Both.
Are you
I don't
hearing
think I've
yourself
seen
right now?
either of them.
Really?
I don't think I've seen Jumanji.
No, I haven't seen that. I don't watch this movie.
It's actually good. You should go watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it eventually. But I've seen like other stuff that The Rock's done, like his disaster movies that he always makes. He's made like fucking like 10 different disaster movies, right? San Andreas and Skyscraper and Volcano, whatever the fuck he's made. He's entertaining, man. Like it's impossible not to be entertained by that guy. He's so charismatic. So it's just
this massive body that's like saving the world, or like in video games. It's insane. Like I'm looking at this picture now, and I'm like, that's not a muscle suit. That's him.
Yeah. Even by the little picture of him like turning the dude into skull and dust. I noticed that, like, oh wow, like he fills that out way more than like anybody else that wears those suits. Like, Zach Levi has so much padding in his.
I was just gonna say that because
same with Pattinson.
He showed up on the interview. And
and he was
that guy is skinny.
Yeah, this one I'm like they could have like, I don't know if there's padding in this suit, but Rock looks too fucking big.
It's probably just Spanx. He's probably just wearing Spanx. He doesn't need padding.
Yeah, it doesn't need padding.
Yeah.
But it's funny that we know he has a muscle suit under there, because that's the craziest thing from when we had Rob Freitas on. He was talking about how like Henry Cavill, as giant and muscular as he is, under his Superman suit, he's wearing a muscle suit because these costumes that they wear smooth out the definition of the body so much that guys would look a lot less muscular than they actually are. So it's just funny to think that for as big as The Rock is, he is wearing a muscle suit underneath there.
Yeah. Okay. What was after Black Adam? I think it was there was like a bunch of TV stuff, right? But wasn't the main thing after that was it The Flash? That was pretty early on, yeah.
They talked about the Flash TV show and
that's still going on.
Titans.
Yeah. The 8th season. And
how many seasons did Arrow get? Was it like 6?
6, I think.
Yeah, and then Stephen Amell was like, I'm gonna go wrestle now.
Yeah.
And is making that wrestling show. And then they just kind of kept Flash going. They showed like at some point they showed some Titan stuff.
Last season of Supergirl.
I haven't watched it yet. I want to watch it. Superman and Lois.
Yeah.
That looks like the first 5 episodes. It's actually all right. I don't know why I stopped watching it, but there's like 1,000 things on TV to watch or
so
streaming
much
services.
Yeah, but that I mean, I loved Lois and Clark when I was a kid, and it looks like that, but a little bit looks a little bit darker, not as light and fluffy.
Yeah.
I still don't know how I feel about him as Superman, though. He's got such a non-Superman look, but whatever. It is what it is.
There's also Gotham Knights, that game.
Oh, the game. Yeah, talk about that.
Hella dope. Me personally, I'm like Court of Owls, finally. I'm so in, but it's just Robin based, right? There's no Batman in the game at all, because all you saw was scenes of anyone in the Bat family going against the court.
Yeah. And spoilers, did they say why there's no Batman in the game?
Yeah, they did.
They've been releasing like the newspaper clipping that show that too, right?
Let me guess. Batman's dead.
Trailer.
No. Oh, they show it in the trailer?
Yeah.
Okay, well then they're not spoiling anything if you've seen that.
Nope.
I know there's people that are like saying that they're not too excited about it, but I don't know. It's a video game. It's based in Gotham, isn't it?
Yep.
How many times is Batman gonna die?
You're in 80 years, man. You die a lot.
You know what I wish they would do is make it where the Court of Owls was the playable character, and you go wipe out the Bat family.
That's too good.
That's
of an
what
idea.
I would love.
That's too good of an idea.
Well, that's
So you never
what I
win.
am. I'm an idea guy. No,
That means you
I would have to
always lose.
imagine they would be stupid to not make that like an unlockable like end of the game feature. You'd think
some DLC alternate levels or
yeah.
I mean, they've always done that in the Arkham series where you can do these side missions and your Red Hood or
right.
yeah. I just want to be the Court of Owls. I just want to Be
Yeah, that sounds dope.
I'm pretty excited for it. You know, it's like you have to, for all the Batman games that have been released for the last like decade, you really have to like set the bar really high. So it's like you're not going to put like a mediocre game out and hope that it performs. Like this game has to be good compared to what we've had the last decade or so. So I'm excited for it.
I think as far as gameplay, like they just get better every time they put out a different one. Because the last one they did was Arkham Knight. I mean, a lot of people complained about the Batmobile. I thought that was pretty cool, but the gameplay as far as like fighting and stuff like that, you know, it's like you said, you know, they had a lot of time to develop this one. Everything's been pushed back because of COVID. So I remember hearing about this game, man, like 2 years ago, at least 3 maybe. When I feel like we were speculating that it was Court of Owls before it was confirmed. So, you know, after the game stuff, there was more TV stuff. There's some comic news. Another game? What was the other game?
Suicide Squad game.
Oh, shit. That's
Killed
right.
the Justice League.
How does that one look?
Yeah.
Not Grumpler approved.
I'm not interested in either one of these games. So
Listen to you.
I missed that one. Damn it.
It's like I guess I don't know. The Justice League for some odd reason goes evil, so they call in Suicide Squad to deal with them.
Okay.
So.
And did you see if that gameplay is similar? Is it like kind of Injustice, like a fighting game, or is it like a?
Man, I think I don't remember. I'm not sure if it's 4 of them. It might be a squad based type deal.
Like a Suicide Squad.
Sure. Yeah, I don't remember, to be honest.
Shit. Is the weasel in it? That's all I care about.
Nah.
Probably dies the first 5 minutes.
Dang.
Grumps, I heard that you didn't like Javelin as the host of the show.
No, that's not true. He was great. You need to see more of that guy.
Oh man. Yeah. I don't. Why is that guy like? How is that guy famous, or how is he an actor? Where did he come from? Because I remember he was doing. He's one of those like prank guys or like YouTube guys. I remember seeing videos of him years ago on YouTube, like as like his comedy things would go viral. But I don't know like what else he did, and all of a sudden he's in a Suicide Squad movie.
Yeah.
Like what the fuck? But good for him, you know. Who are we to judge if that guy's doing what he wants? After the Suicide Squad game, I think the next big thing was probably was it Aquaman? They did a little Aquaman teaser, and then they did a Shazam behind the scenes. Gramps, you want to talk about Shazam?
Yeah, it's going to be great.
That's it.
Done. Next.
Oh, shit.
Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. They're introducing, some more villains, gods and goddesses. Who's in the cast as the villains?
Lucy Liu.
Lucy Liu.
Oh, shit.
Helen Mirren.
Helen Mirren, yeah.
Lucy Liu. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Virginia Ham
Charlie's Angel.
teases. Virginia Ham teases.
So
it's crazy the names that comic movies produce now.
Yeah.
That they bring in to do these now.
I think actors realize, or someone tells them, hey, the studio is going to throw a lot of money at you. And not just that, but because of your respected credibility as an actor, like you are going to ground the movie. Like you're going to be the one that is, the respected artist. And
and on top of that, people who have been around, like obviously both of those two have been doing movies for decades, but like you said, they don't step into everything. They're not showing up in another movie every other month. So stepping into a movie like this is going to introduce them to another generation.
You know what's funny? I hear all these video game releases and all these movies, and I'm like, Man, that just means that's going to be another 200 figures that Todd McFarlane is going to make. You know,
a lot of broken legs
movie,
there.
at least
They're
20
already
figures.
made.
Yeah,
They were made
who,
2 years ago.
Who pre-ordered that year 2 Batman figure?
Me.
Who didn't? Who didn't?
Well,
and who's got canceled?
Mine.
Me.
Oh, you guys. Yeah, you guys.
They got canceled already.
Man,
Yeah.
Target sucks.
But who
Target is
who
the worst.
reordered? Who reordered 5 minutes later? Me.
Oh shit!
I tried. It's
After
gone.
I called Grumps, I was like, dude, just reorder it. It's available. So as of now, it's still...
who's getting the McFarlane Jason Fabric Batman figure?
Who's getting it?
Yeah, who's getting it?
From
Jason Todd.
3 Jokers.
No, Jason Fabric Batman figure. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's from the
Yeah, from the 3 Jokers. Yeah. You
I
guys.
might get that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna cop the wave, and I'll get that other one too.
Yeah.
The suit.
Oh shit! A little bit of fig talk. Oh shit! Nice.
I mean, that's kind of crossing over.
Save the juice.
Save the juice.
What do you guys think of the 3 Joker sculpts on those sculpts?
I like the grumpy one.
Grumpy.
The camera on that one Joker is way too big. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah, but
that's my only gripe. Everything else looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
they make a good Joker figure, except for
that price.
You know, most of the time, 90% of the time, Todd's figures look so much better in person than they do in any pictures I see. It's
100%.
weird. Yeah.
Yeah, his promo pic.
Oh, did we lose Legends?
He bleeped himself out.
Oh,
It's Legends audio.
Legends, you cut out for a second. What were you saying?
His promo pics, they're terrible. McFarlane.
Yeah.
You know, for the 3 Jokers, I don't think those look that bad in the promo pics. But yeah, so they did also talk. They talked about the black and white statue line is going to get rejuvenated, relaunched. So DC Direct is kind of back more so than they were before.
Do you think we'll get that Court of Owls owl monster statue then, or the ones that were?
They didn't show that one, but they did show Gotham by Gaslight.
Yeah, that Colty. Shout out to Colty. He pre-ordered that quick. He's like, "Ooh, my change purse, boys. Gotta get that one."
Yeah, that's crazy too. That they already put them up on pre-order too, that day of.
Yeah, it looks pretty good.
And then all the Batman figures. I'm definitely gonna get that Riddler. I don't know about the rest of them.
Oh, Riddler.
You know what I like the most about the Batman movie is how much money I'm gonna save by not buying any merch off this movie.
We'll save the juice. Because that's the marquee topic. Let's go to the next thing on the agenda. Let me see if I can add a picture here. But yeah, so they talked about a bunch of stuff like that.
What
They did
about
a bunch
Black
of other.
Mantis?
Oh, go ahead. Yeah.
They revealed his costume. Holy shit!
They did. Aquaman. What was this? What's the title called? Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. I believe it's called.
So, yeah.
That looks pretty cool. It looks just they keep saying that it's going to be like the first one but bigger, and definitely look that way.
I feel like the villains in these upcoming movies are going to be the new. It's what's going to draw the fans in the most. You got Black Adam, you got Black Mantis, Manta. Sorry, why do I keep saying Mantis? Thank you for correcting me. Don't let me continue looking like an idiot.
I was enjoying it.
Oh, okay. Shut up, Mr. White Teeth. God dang. Got a filter on those teeth, man. They're too bright.
Damn. Man, Aquaman looked good though. Like
we lost Louis' agent. We'll get him back.
He'll be back.
Aquaman has a black suit at one point they showed. And
there he is.
Who else? I know in the chat, it was funny because I was watching on YouTube, and in the chat, people were like, they were calling for Amber Heard's head or whatever.
Dude, I guess I just hadn't been paying attention, but that was a surprise to me to see her come back.
Yeah.
Hey,
I think they showed a glimpse of her once, and that was it. So.
She got legal bills to pay for.
She has a British accent in Justice League and an American accent in the Aquaman movie, and no one ever addressed that. It's just fucking weird.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what they're going to do now. Anyways, well, domestic violence is never fun. There's always two sides of the story. So, so Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, Shazam. I liked they did. I mean, those behind the scenes roles looked awesome. They filmed them in like super HD, and they looked really cool. And so I just, the behind the scenes stuff is cool. So that was cool. I like how they did that. They didn't have they didn't have full trailers, but it showed you a little behind the scenes, which is enough to, I think, get you excited.
Well, and I was talking with a friend of mine, and he made a really good point. With these movies, especially like the Shazam movie, was the Shazam movie a blockbuster hit? No, but it was profitable. But the movies that they really need to be ultra profitable, like Batman v Superman or Justice League, it goes to show that they expect those movies to make so much more money to basically fund continuing making more in this line. So when they expect Justice League to hit $1 billion in the US and it falls short, that's why they consider it a disappointment, even though it still made a lot of money.
Right.
Yeah. The people who didn't get the return investment they were hoping, they don't want to put more money into the next project. There was also the Peacemaker HBO Max series that they did a little panel with James Gunn and the actors on that one. They showed a trailer for that as well. 8 episodes on HBO Max. And it looked exactly like the Suicide Squad, just without everybody else, and it just John Cena in it. So if you like that movie, which a lot of people did, it got a lot of good reviews. You're probably going to like this show. And they talked about it a bit with that little panel, talking about how they gave him pretty much like complete freedom to make it, HBO. So it's like hard R. You can kind of go with them on those shows, and that's definitely something James Gunn had fun with on the Suicide Squad. So I think that they were explaining that they allowed him to do that in this one. I'm trying to think if there's any other shows. Grumps was so pumped about Titans.
Nice.
Season 4.
Did they? I don't remember seeing like any Margot Robbie in this at all. Like I don't remember seeing her doing anything or saying anything. I didn't see her at all. I didn't even see. I know they did a little like Wonder Woman 80th anniversary panel with Patty Jenkins and what was her name, Linda Carter. And they talked about the history of the character and like the impact, but they didn't really show. There's no plans. Oh well, I think actually Linda Carter fucked up. And she said that something about Wonder Woman 3. So they're pretty much confirming that there's going to be a third Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
But yeah, that was some of the other stuff. And then I think a lot of people were anticipating the two things that we'll probably end with. The first one being